This Amazon package came in the mail today, but I'm not allowed to open it. I'll tell you why. Alright, so yeah, this package arrived today, and it's addressed to my son. The reason being is, when is it? Monday is my birthday. And of course they know that Dad's easy to buy for now that he's starting to get back into vinyls, and he's got a wish list on Amazon that the public can see. We know what to get for him, so he ordered this. And I said, hey, your package came. He said, hey, that's for you, but you can't open it yet. You gotta wait till at least Sunday. I guess that's when they come over. Anyway, it stinks because, I'm sitting here looking at it and I just want to open it. I gave him a general idea of what to get, so I kind of know what it kind of is. At least I know a range. Anyway, and he said there's another one coming tomorrow. I'm assuming that is going to be, one of them will be labeled from his girlfriend. So, oh well, let's get into what we got. Some things came in this week. First, this is something I came out before the last video I made, and it's a CD, so let's get this out of the way. If you aren't aware of this, From the Ruins, wow, that's a horrible, there's some glare, okay. From the Ruins into Chaos. This is the newest release from Scott Waters' No Life Till Metal label, and I would encourage you to check this out. New band, double guitar attack. I watched some of their videos, and this is sort of like the other band that I've talked about that Scott's label put out, Hellbender. I just have been loving that album. When I first saw it, though, I watched their video, and then I get something about sometimes seeing is not always the best. The video was good, it was a decent, so I bought the album, but when I listened to the album without seeing the video, it was so much better. This is the same. I saw these guys, and they're okay, they're cool looking, but when I didn't see them and I just heard this album, it blew me away. So definitely check this out. It's kind of a classic metal feel, dual guitar, but a lot heavier, so it's more modern. Anyway, I wanted to get that, check that out. All right, first let's talk about rejects. Another one of those Amazon purchases where it was scratch and dent sale, I guess you could say. It said it had a moderate cosmetic damage to the case, and it was only $10. So I grabbed it. I figured I don't care about the cover. But there's no damage. It was in shrink wrap, but the shrink wrap was opened. So that must be the moderate damage. And then they put a piece of tape over here, which I was able to take off. Other than that, no physical damage. My assumption is this was a return. It was opened, still in the shrink wrap. It was a return, and it's about to get returned again. I put it on and immediately noticed some surface noise. It was actually, I know it starts off with the guy in the hospital, but it wasn't a heartbeat like that, but it was a dunk, dunk, dunk. Manufacturing defect, similar to what the recent Ozzy albums have been having. Even mine has it. It's just, it's part of it. It's not supposed to be there. And at first I thought, well, there's a lot of interludes in between the songs where it's not really quiet, so you don't really hear it once the music's playing, and maybe I can live with that. And then it got into like the third song, and all of a sudden, pop, 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 and I'm like, what the heck? And I ran over there and checked it, and there's like an actual, it's small, but it's hard. It hits it at least 3 or 4 times very loudly. It's almost like somebody hit it with something kind of sharp, and you can see there's a dip in it, and I don't know if it's something you can easily get out with a needle. So I'm going to send it back. It's not worth, I'll go ahead and pay a little extra to get it, the real one. So I'm going to send that back. Now, my previous video, there was the whole Exciter situation with the Violence and Force, one of my favorite Exciter albums. I still haven't sent it back. I have determined since then, as I mentioned in the video, the cover is mimicking the 2004. The label says they didn't have a high-res version, so that's why they used that horrible edition, which makes no sense because I've ordered a copy. It hasn't got here yet, but I've ordered a copy of a 91 reissue with the original cover. Scan it and put it out. I mean, take the album that's existing and scan it. It's got to be better than that crappy thing that they had on there. But I have determined since then, not only is it the reissue, not only is it legitimate, not only is the cover horrible, but the album inside is actually splatter. I have an open mind, still haven't decided. Once I get the version I ordered in the mail in a couple days, I'm going to listen to it. I don't know. I'm going to make up my mind. Some people online have said, yeah, it doesn't sound that great, but it looks cool because of the splatter. But I did get two other exciters. So this would have been the two albums that would have followed. So we got Long Live the Loud. We'll cover up the cover there a little. Haha, I don't want to get dinged for that. And then Unveiling the Wicked, which to me this album was probably a little weak. It just seemed like there was a little more commercial than all the previous ones. I'm still going to get it because it's Exciter. But so once I get the replacement for Violence and Force, I have the first album, I have the second, now I have these two. You know, there's a couple later ones I want to get. I really like the Dan Baylor years, but you know, I'll probably be happy to get any of it if I run across it. A couple things that came in that were used. The Riot EP, Riot Live, not to be confused with the Riot Live album with the original singer. This is the Rhett Forrester years. It's a 6-song. It looks almost the same, except for this one has less songs. I love this album back in the day. As I've mentioned in videos before, I'm a big fan of the Rhett Forrester years. Big fan of Riot in general, but the Rhett Forrester years especially, I really dig. And so I definitely wanted to have this. So when I ran across it for a really good price, I went ahead and grabbed it. I don't know who Mr. Pistol is, but he marked the album there, and he marked it on the label, sadly. But hey, it doesn't damage the album, so not too terribly concerned with it. So, and then from the same guy, just because it's one of those things where you're on Discogs and you're kind of like, hey, let's grab a couple things. I got Steve Taylor and some band, Limelight. This is a live album. I've been to Steve Taylor before. Very quirky, poppy type Christian music from the 80s. He's done some stuff recently, which is a lot more alternative rock. This is the early days when he wore the cool crazy suits, and just was really a fun show. I saw him live, I think around this year. This is recorded in England. I saw him in '87, so it was around this year. Love his stuff, fun stuff. So that was just a throw in to get. I think that's probably the last album that I needed from him. All right, this came in, got me some more trouble. I always get this right. Simple Mind Condition. Now this was the last album with Eric Wagner. So you have Trouble, all the first few albums with Eric Wagner. He's the voice of Trouble, and then he left and has done numerous other bands that sound very Trouble-like after that. But this is the last album he did with them, and I love it. It's a great album. I found it online, brand new, in the shrink, for cheaper than I would have expected, so I jumped on it because this is one of the ones I need. I need the other ones that come right before this, but I wanted to grab this one. So I remember when it first came out and I listened to it. At first I was not, it was kind of different. It seemed like it had been a couple years since they had done anything, and then this came out, but it grew on me quickly, and when I put it on today, I'm just like, yeah, you know, I love this album. It's a great album. I love the Eric Wagner years, and I love the stuff he's done afterwards. Now, the big thing for me of the week came in yesterday. Morse, Portnoy, George, cover to cover, with 3s in the cover. So, Neil Morse, everybody knows I'm a fan. Mike Portnoy also plays with Neil Morse, and Randy George plays with the Neil Morse band. All right, so back in 2006, they put out Cover to Cover, which is, it's cover songs that they've done. They kind of went in the studio and did some quick covers. And in 2012, they did Cover to Cover. Can't really see them there. Cover to Cover. Second one, more cover tunes. These come from 2008 and 2012 sessions. Basically, when they're in the studio recording their Neil Morse albums, I guess they have some free time, and so they play around and record these cover tunes, songs that they jam to. So they come out. So this is brand new. Came out. Actually, the release date is today. And it's cover to cover, and the you probably can't tell, but the E's, maybe you can. The E's are 3s because this is the third album. This is the first one on vinyl. It's on black vinyl, and I bought the limited orange. It's a double disc set. It's a gatefold, and it's really good. It's, again, they do cover tunes by Jethro Tull, Yes, Badfinger, King Crimson, David Bowie, Tom Petty. Anyway, yeah, a lot of cool bands. A lot of songs you probably already know. They do Baker Street. They have videos for some of these. You can go on YouTube, and they've released a video for Baker Street, and they released a video for It Don't Come Easy. They do a couple songs in here by Squeeze, right? Black Coffee in Bed and Tempted by the Fruit of... Anyway, it's just fun stuff. It's Neil Morse. It's Mike Portnoy. It's Randy George. I have to have it. It's one of those releases that comes with the double vinyl release. It also comes with the CD. I always appreciate when they do that. Either release a CD or release digital tracks, because it saves us from having to actually rip a copy from the vinyl. But anyway, so this has been the big thing. I've listened to it a couple times. I absolutely love it. Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. This and Trouble have been spinning and spinning for the past couple days, and it's been great. Anyway, that's all for now, but obviously I'll have a little something to show after the weekend, and like you said, maybe even a second one. And who knows if the other siblings of his siblings may do the same thing. Anyway, that's all for now, though. Just wanted to share that, keep everybody up to date. Definitely check out that. Look them up online. Close your eyes if you want and just listen to them. They look cool. But for me, it sounded better. I don't know why. It sounded better than they looked when I saw them. Weird. I know I'm weird. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you soon. Rock on.